Hello students, in this video session we will be discussing about evolution and some questions which are associated with your NEET exams. In this video lecture we will be discussing about the 10 questions which are important, and I have tried to include all those questions which are important as your NEET is considered. Before going into the questions, I would like to discuss some of the important points regarding evolution. In the evolution, first of all, listen to this carefully. Evolution is not a day process or the 2-day process or a year process. It takes billions of years. Initially, the cell which was there, that was a single cell that evolved. And now we have that multicellular eukaryotic cell present. That multicellular eukaryotic cell which is present today is having a division of labor. In that whole cell, the different organelles they are present, they are destined for some specific function. Initially only single cell was there, now I have that multiple, or you can say a big cell today we have that is called as a eukaryotic cells. How this evolution has taken place from a single cell to a whole eukaryotic cells. How this unicellularity has been transferred into the multicellularity. Similarly, how the evolution of the different species on earth have taken place. What are the different reasons for that? What is the role of environment? What is the role of nature in that? We have studied that. One more thing that I would like to tell you, that is natural selection, that plays a very important role in the speciation. A species is that species which is living in that particular environment which is suitable to them. As the time passes, what happens is that changes in environment occur and species has to adapt to the changing environment. Because it has to adapt to the changing environment, now what will happen? We have that species which is newly adapted to the new environment. So with the course of the time, the subsequent changes within the species is called as a evolution. This is called as a speciation. That is, from the parental species, what I have is a new species. Sometimes this new species they replace the parental species, sometimes these two species they independently exist. In this chapter we have discussed how this evolution of horse occur, how this evolution of the human being occur. We have already discussed that. I have tried to touch as many topics, but still some are left that we will be discussing in the next session. Let's start the topic, let's start the discussion related to evolution. So the first question, in the first question I have to match the two columns, column 1 and the column 2. In the column 1, different words they are given, and from the column 2, the different definitions they are given, and I have to match these two. Let's talk about the column 2, then I'll go directly into the words which is mentioned in the column 1. A drastic reduction in the population size brought about by severe pressure or calamities. That means a drastic change is occurring. That drastic change could be because of many reasons, right? And mainly this drastic reduction in the population size is brought about by bottleneck effect. So the correct option in this case is a bottleneck effect. Let's talk about the second line over here. Individuals and their alleles move into and out of population. Population has a capability to move into and out of the population. In the ecology, we have studied the two type of movement. One is called as a immigration and another is called as a emigration. That means to move into and move out of the population. What happens is that what I'll get at the end, I have that gene pool, and in that gene pool, if immigration occur, increase in the gene pool occur. If emigration occur, that is movement outside, what will happen? The gene pool they will decrease. So this movement of individuals and their allele from inside to outside of population, this is called as a gene flow. Let's talk about the third one, a heritable change in the DNA. Heritable means that will transfer from one generation to another, and DNA is what? DNA is a genetic material. That heritable change is because of mutation. So this is the correct answer. Let's talk about some fourth option that indicates random fluctuation in allele time due to the chance occurrence alone. Random fluctuation is occurring, sudden change in occurring, and this sudden change they have described over here that occur in a small population, and the correct option for the option number 4 in column 2 is a B, genetic drift. Right? Rest all you can match from the column from the given below. So for the correct option, we have mentioned the correct option, we have made matches between column 1 and the column 2. Let's talk about the question number 2. A very good question, very good question. All the questions which I have tried to include, they are conceptual basis, and though the size of the questions, they are quite big, but they are important because sometimes they do give this much big questions, but at the end what you get is a single line, right? So this you have to extract from the whole question. In the case of the peppered moth, Biston betularia. Now listen to this carefully. We are talking about Biston betularia. Hope you remember that time when I was discussing about industrial melanism. So this is an example from there. The black colored moth form became dominant over the light colored form in England during industrial revolution. This is an example of. Now, what was the case? Initially, we had light color moth. Later on, with the time, this light color moth is converted into the black colored. What is the reason behind that? Because with the due course of the time, the changes in industrialization has occurred. Increase in the pollution was there. Because of it, the bark, they were darker in color. They were more and more darker in color. These black color, they were more adapted. As these black color, they were more adapted, they were selected by the nature. As they were selected by the nature, that means in the next generation, they are able to produce more number of the offspring, or more precisely, I can say, the predators who can feed on such moth, on black colored moth, they can easily blend. Means the moth can easily blend on the surrounding. When the moth can easily blend, suppose what I do, I take a moth and I place it over here. This is a green colored board. After some time, after this placement of that moth, you realize that no moth is there. Or suppose what I do, I take another moth which is white in color. So which moth will be more visible? Suppose you are a predator. Which moth will be more visible? Obviously the white one. The green one will not be visible. Initially the background was white. Initially the background was white. So the white color moths, they were there. Though black color moths, they were also there, but they were less in number because predator can easily attack on them. With the due course, what has happened? Our background become black. When the background become black, now this black colored moth, which were few in number, they can reproduce fast. They'll reproduce, at the same rate. They'll reproduce at the same rate, but the predator will not be able to attack on that black moth. They can easily attack on another moth. So what will happen? With the time, the white color moth, they will come down. With the time, the black colored moth number will go up. This is all because of the natural selection. This is the major force which acts in the speciation in determining that which character of a species should prevail in the environment. Now let's look at the question. Let's explore the options. This is an example of a natural selection where the darker forms were selected. Yes, this is the answer. Let's look at another option, that is appearance of the dark colored individuals due to very poor sunlight. Is that so? No, not at all. What is the role of sunlight in the appearance of the dark colored moth? So this is a wrong option. C indicates a protective mimicry. Is this because of the protection? Yes, this could be because of the protection, but this is not the right answer because white colored moths are still there. Why all these white color moths are not converted into the black colored? So this cannot be the appropriate answer, and because we have to choose that particular option which is more appropriate, so natural selection seems to be more appropriate till now. Let's discuss about the option number D, which indicates inheritance of the dark colored characters acquired due to darker environment. So darker environment was there, because of that the dark colored these appear. This is the reason, but they have not given the exact mechanism by which this dark color moth they were selected. So the correct option is a natural selection. If they could have mentioned the natural selection over here as well, so this option, at that case, this option might be right. So for the question number 2, the option A is right. This is how you can choose the correct option. Sometime 1 or 2 options they are correct. What you have to do, you have to find that answer which is more correct, right? So this was the second question. Let's talk about the third one. Now, what do you mean by genetic drift? Genetic drift operates in which population? In the first question, we have discussed this genetic drift. What is genetic drift? Genetic drift is sudden change in the population. That means a sudden change in the gene frequency is occurring. This is called as a genetic drift. And one thing you have to remember, I'm again and again telling you, genetic drift only work in a small population. That means sudden change is occurring. Sudden means to say, you can say, let's take an example of bottleneck effect. Genetic drift is a very good example, bottleneck effect is a very good example of genetic drift. So this you have to remember. Bottleneck effect, and the correct option is option number A, that is a small isolated population. Let's talk about the next question, question number 4. Which one of the following is the first in allopathic speciation? We are talking about speciation. Speciation means formation of species. That means formation of species is occurring. That means because of the natural selection from a pre-existing species, we have a new species. They are talking about the different type of speciation. There are different type of speciation like allopathic, parapathic, sympatric, peripathic speciation. These are the different type of speciation. As we can discuss about allopathic speciation. Allopathic speciation are those speciation in which two species, they are isolated from each other, and what is the reason for that isolation is any kind of geographical barrier. So this you have to remember. Whereas in case of the sympatric speciation, what happens is that these parental species, they live in a vicinity of another species, so they live all together within the same environment. So this is for this particular question, the correct option is option number A, that is geographical isolation. Some mountain is there, some river is there, or some any kind of condition is there. Because of this, the two species, they cannot interbreed with one another. This is called as a allopathic speciation. So the correct option for question number 4 is option number A, that is geographical isolation. Let's talk about the fifth question, which is based upon the Hardy-Weinberg equation. In Hardy-Weinberg equation, the frequency of heterozygous individual is representative by. Now, we are talking about the Hardy-Weinberg equation. Let's discuss about Hardy-Weinberg equation. Now, this is equal to 1. Now, what do you mean by the Hardy-Weinberg equation? This equation states that the gene frequency for any allele, they remain constant in randomly mating panmictic population. So this is a very important randomly mating panmictic population. So this basically is a condition. So this you have to remember for panmictic population only, this Hardy-Weinberg equation work, randomly mating. This is quite hypothetical because in this case of Hardy-Weinberg, no mutation is there, no migration, no changes in the gene pool is there, and that's why that population they will attain, they will come at that position which is called as Hardy-Weinberg equation, and the equation which was given by them, this is p square plus 2pq plus q square is equal to 1. Now, what do you mean by p square? P square means homozygous condition. Homozygous condition, and that means frequency of that allele which is homozygous dominant. So this you have to remember, homozygous dominant. Whereas this second one, this Q square, is slightly different. This is also homozygous. Homozygous recessive. Homozygous recessive. Whereas this is what? This is heterozygous. This is the frequency of heterozygous, right? Hope these things are understood to you. Let's come back to the question. Hardy-Weinberg equation, the frequency of heterozygous individual is represented by the option B, that is 2pq. So let's talk about the next question, question number 6. Allopathic speciation. We have discussed about the allopathic speciation. That means that species is forming, and that species formation is because of the geographical isolation. Speciation, now again let's understand the speciation. That means the formation of the species is occurring. It's not a day process, it takes millions of years for the formation of a new species. They are discussing about that how this allopathic speciation is formed. Why I have chosen this question again is that so that we can compare between allopathic and the sympatric speciation. Allopathic speciation, the new species they are formed, and those species they are geographically isolated from each other. So whenever this allopathic speciation is given anywhere, do one thing, just blindly write that this is because of the geographical isolation. Let's discuss the option in this case, appearance of a new species in the same area of that of a parent population. This comes under sympatric speciation. This comes under sympatric speciation. Right. Next is the option B, which indicates initiated by appearance of geographical isolation. Now come at this side so that I can explain you in a better way. Suppose I have one species like this. This is a species. With due time, what happens is that some geographical barrier, they came in between like this. This is a geographical barrier. After some time, what will happen? These species, they will be exposed. This is the same species initially. With the due time, these type of species which are on one side of the geographical barrier, they will be exposed to different environmental condition. Whereas those who are present at another side, they will be exposed to different environmental condition. With the due time, what will happen? The change in the species will occur, and this lead to formation of two species. This is called as a allopathic speciation. Come at this side. For allopathic speciation, the correct option is option number 2. Right? Let's talk about the next question, question number 7. Which one of the species are restricted to an area? Species are there which are restricted to one particular area only. They remain there only, they are native to that particular place only. Such type of species, they are called as a endemic species. Right? Those species which are native to India, they will be the endemic species, whereas those are endemic species of India, whereas those are native to some other place, they will be endemic to that. So they have given certain another option, allopathic and the sympatric. We have already explained, I have already explained to you. Let's discuss about the option number A, sibling species. What are sibling species? Sibling species, they are produced by same parents. Produced by same parents. As they are produced by same parents, so they are reproductively isolated. Reproductively isolated. That means they cannot reproduce with each other. Though this is not a part of the question, but still I want to explain the exact meaning of these species as well. For the correct option for question number 7 is option B, that is endemic species, and parapathic and sympatric species I have already explained. Let's talk about the next question. Read the following statement and choose the correct one. This is the question number 8. First indicate increase in melanized moth after industrialization in Great Britain is a proof of natural selection. Yes, this is the proof of natural selection and we have studied that as well, right? When more individual, that means the first option is the right one. So let's look at the options. In the option, we have to look for those options in which the first is written right. That means out of C and D, one is right. Now, what the cheat I can do is that instead of reading the second one, because second is not mentioned in any of the types, I can directly go to the 3 and 4th, but I'm not appearing for the NEET right now. I'll read the second option also. When more individual of a population acquire a mean characteristic value, this is called as a disruption. Now tell me one thing, is this called as a disruption? What are they trying to say? They are saying this is a population curve in which some of the species, they are at medium characters. For example, let's take an example of the animal height or human height. The more individuals, they are of mean height. This is called as a stabilized. This is not called as a disruptive. So the option number 2 is a wrong one. Third indicate changes in allele frequency in a population will lead to Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Yes, gene frequency is related to Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Genetic drift changes the existing genes or allele frequency in the future generation, right? And this we have discussed about the allele frequency in a population will lead to Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, and next is genetic drift changes the existing genes or allele frequency in the future generation. In this cases, out of these two, the genetic drift one is correct one because the changes in the gene frequency in a population, they remain same as per the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium is there. Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium says the gene frequency, they remain same in the randomly mating panmictic population. So the correct option is option number 1st and 4th one. Because the genetic drift normally operates in the small population, sudden changes occur and the frequent changes can be seen in the future generation. So the correct option is option number C, 1 and 4th. Now, let's do the question number 9th. Biological concept of species is mainly based upon. The most accepted concept of a species is a biological species concept. Now, species means these are those organisms which resemble each other. Many you can say the theories they have been put forward, many concepts came. Some of the concepts, they were based upon the morphological feature, like those species which are, those members of the species, those members which are having the same morphological features, they come under the same species. Is that so? No, sometimes they do seems different also. Next, another was based upon their physiological role. Another was based upon their phyletic role. That means if their ancestors are same, that means they will come under the same species. No, this cannot be the reason. Because in that cases, speciation can occur with the due course of the time because our ancestors were in different environment, we are in different environment. The most accepted model was based upon the biological concept. They said that the two members of a species, they come under the same species if they are reproductive isolated. That means one species and another species, they cannot interbreed with one another. Right? This was based upon the reproductive isolation. So correct option was for the question number 9 is option A. Right? Let's talk about the question number 10. Variation in gene frequency within population can occur by chance rather than natural selection. This is referred as. That means the changes are occurring within the species, and those changes which is there within the species is not because of the natural selection, right? And the changes in the gene frequencies are there. Same question. And in this question, we know that this is all because of genetic drift. Sudden change is there, sudden variation is seen. This is only because of the genetic drift, and this happens in a small populations. Small population, right? So with this, we have completed the today's session. We have discussed the 10 questions. In the next session, we will be discussing about some more questions which are related to this chapter and which are also important. So thank you so much, students, for watching this. We'll meet you in next session.